Hey, it's Shannon from iHeartRadio Canada, joined by Zeina. Thank you so much for taking the time today. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. This is super cool. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited as well, especially because your journey throughout the music industry thus far, it just seems so interesting. So I have so many questions about it. So you were born in
Okay.
Brooklyn, but you live in Montreal, but you also spent some time in LA. So can you kind of take us through your like musical journey?
Yeah. So yeah, basically I'm born in Brooklyn. I didn't stay there long. I stayed until I was like 2, and then we moved from there to actually moved from there to Saudi Arabia, and then Saudi Arabia to Montreal.
Yeah.
And I kind of grew up here. I've been here for like my whole life. Um, and yeah, like I was in school. I was gonna do like med school, but then I quickly realized like it's not for me. Like I hated it so much. And I decided to just quit. I put it as I'm taking a semester off, but then I just never went back. So yeah, and then I quit, and then I moved to Toronto, and then I moved to LA. I tried to like build my network and meet as much people in the music industry as I could. And then that's kind of how it went. And that's how I've been like to LA a lot and kind of all over the place. And now we're back here. We're back here making more music.
Totally. Where does the passion for music come from? Like, when did it start? How did you discover your love for it?
I was really super young. So both my parents were hardworking, like they had their careers going. And a lot of the time my grandmother would like babysit me and stuff. And me and her, like when we wanted to spend time together, we'd watch things like American Idol or, things like that. And I always used to watch those little competitions and be like, I want to do it so bad. Like I would kill this. And I would sing and learn covers and songs. And I would love watching like Disney Channel as a kid, and I would watch like things like Hannah Montana and be like, I want that, like. So I think it started from there, and even on school rides, like in school buses, we would sing these songs, and I was super passionate about it. So I guess it all stemmed from when I was a kid in that sense.
Yeah. How was it then leaving school and then breaking into the music industry? Was it a tough thing to do? Was it easier to make connections? How is that? And like going to LA?
It's tough, especially being a female. And like when you first start and you don't have much under your belt, like you don't have music out and you're just starting off, to be taken seriously is so crazy because it's like you walk in a room and people don't know why you're there. Like they assume that you're just like an easy girl. Like let's start talking and flirting with her. But I'm just here to work. You know what I'm saying? So that was like such a hard balance to overcome at first. But it was cool. Like I first started, I was starting to talk to people, send DMs on Instagram and messages on Facebook back then. I started in 2016. So it was like a little bit of Facebook and Instagram and networking and stalking a little bit. Like I would go see artists I like, and then I'd be like, oh, let me go see who they follow and see if I can connect to through that. And
Yeah.
like. So that's kind of how I started networking. And I decided to move to Toronto in 2016 because Drake had dropped Summer 16, and there was such a good energy in the city then. So I got to absorb a lot of it and meet people, and everyone was outside and excited to link up and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of how I infiltrated the industry.
Nice. Yeah. I feel like Drake has had like an influence on the music industry in Canada and like specifically
Yes.
Toronto. He's really like helped put it on the map. So I think that's helped a lot of other people.
Definitely. He like manifested that 2016 was going to be a good summer. So I feel like I haven't met a lot of people who have had a bad 2016. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I look back at it and I'm like, that was like such the best like move I could have done. So yeah.
Nice. Are you big into like manifestation?
Huge. Like I do goals lists and like manifestation lists every like month or so because I really want to put out the energy I receive, and I really believe in that. I believe in like working hard to get what you want, not just saying you want something. It's to put that energy into it.
Right. Yeah. I love that too.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love the idea of when people say like, act like you already have the thing that you're trying to get. Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
100%.
That's awesome. Let's talk about the song Teach. I am obsessed. I like, as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh, I know exactly what playlist I'm putting this song into. Like, why do
Thank you.
yeah, tell me what inspired it, first of all.
Obviously like it's a very like sexual oriented song, like you know what I'm saying. And I just think that it's important to talk about it like from a female's perspective. And I feel like a lot of males, especially male rappers, will be like, they'll say what they want from a girl. They'll be like, do this, do that, bend over, all this thing, and like all these things. And women don't really do that. And I was like, it would be so cool to capture it in a song and say it from our perspective. And Yeah, and it stemmed from obviously having not the greatest experience, like, and it could have been better if we had communicated and been like, this is what I like, this, that, and the third. And
Mm.
that's kind of like the immediate inspiration of the song. But in a bigger picture, it's just like, I think it's cool to talk about it from a women's perspective, you know?
Yeah, totally. And I think it really opens it up to like encourage women to speak like their mind and say that
Yes.
they want, because I think a lot of women still feel hesitant in that department. So
Yeah, like there's no reason to be shy, girl. Like, you know, you say what you like, you get what you want. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So,
Why do
yeah.
you feel that like female sexual expression? Why do you think that's so important?
I think it's just like it's in the bigger scheme of things, it's like it pushes like equality, you know what I'm saying? Like I think like men have such a freedom to talk about it, and then when women do, it's like frowned upon, and it's such a like taboo subject, and it's just like it needs to open up. There needs to be these conversations, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I wanted to be a part of that.
Nice. That's awesome. And can we expect
Yeah.
some sort of like EP in the future? What do we have on the go?
Yes, I'm definitely working on a project. It's coming out in the fall, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm gonna keep it a little
Okay.
bit more like, you know, intrigue, surprise, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely something on the way.
Nice. That's so exciting. What are you most excited for with the future now that the world is like slowly starting to open back up? Because you're in Montreal, right?
Yeah, I'm in Montreal. I'm so excited to be able to like travel freely again. I know it's like still possible, but the restrictions are just so intense. And I just want to do a show. Like that's the thing that's been like hurting my soul. Like I want to see people and I want to connect with people in person. And I feel like a show would just be like the cherry on top of this whole like, you know, journey I've had in music so far. And yeah, I think the next thing for me is just like connecting with people in real life. That's what I'm excited
Yeah.
for.
There. I'll be at the show. Front row.
Please. Are you from Montreal?
No, I'm Toronto, but close enough. I'll jump on a
Close
train.
enough. We'll make it work. I will make it work. We'll make it work.
Perfect. Thank you so much for taking the time. So nice to get to know you. And I'm excited for everything in the future.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.